Mm, they are persistent. Okay.
Are you flying back today?
I'm flying to Nashville tomorrow.
Oh,
So I have family in Nashville. Wow,
I'm,
they're very
I'm in
persistent.
Nashville.
Oh, you are? That's amazing.
Spring Hill, right outside. Yeah.
Oh, um, my parents live in Spring Hill.
Oh,
sounds like an encounter is about to be arranged.
Maybe. Hang on a second.
So you just got to meet up
Hello,
for
it's
some Nashville
okay.
hot chicken.
So I'm just in a meeting.
Yeah, you guys might have to meet up for some Nashville hot chicken.
so funny.
Catherine, when is your event?
Um, we have events like each month. So yeah, the next one is in 10 days.
Wow, that's quite a production schedule.
Yes, we have once a month and sometimes most of the time 2 times a month. We have events in Obvio. So
Wow. But
yeah.
they're not all 3-day events, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, two-day events and 3 day. We have, yeah, monthly a 3 day and most months a 2 day. Yeah.
And who are your people and what do you do?
I work for a relationship development and Paul and Stacy Martino, and they are relationship educators, mentors. So we have students and run events for them. Yeah.
Thanks for muting me, Justin. Well done. As I talk to housekeeping. Okay. Should be good now. So let's. We couldn't start before Irina got here anyway. So glad.
I was just thinking if we had hurried, we could have been done. But now we've got like 15 questions coming. Just give her time.
Exactly.
I
All
was just
right.
typing a question and then I said, okay, I'd rather get in and then I'll finish my question.
Very good. All right. Is Stephanie, Enric, Amy? We've got a few questions in there. 9. But I'm going to skip to Catherine's ones because the other people are not actually online, and I'll still answer them, but I can do them afterwards because it'll just be in the recording. So, Catherine, you were asking, is it possible to record side by side when presenting side by side in Zoom? In the cloud, it's not. So the way that cloud works is that you've got a couple of options where you'll have full screen of the active speaker, full screen of the screen share. I assume you're screen sharing slides. Is that what you're doing? Yep.
Yeah, and they're side by side. The
Yep.
speaker. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So you've got the slides, and so you get them as separate videos. So you can create that as in video editing software. You can bring it in and create the two and do it however you like from those cloud recordings. You do have another option, which is the slide with active speaker, so that's a bit smaller in the top. Yep. So then the only other way is, it's not super easy at the moment, but another way is that you can do local recording in Zoom, which would record to your computer. Now, it's not actually enabled by default on Obvio meetings, but you can request it. And Justin, you'll be happy to know that before Blue got on the plane, we managed to go through all the settings and we've worked out what we're going to make available. So, so there's a couple of extra settings, things like Q&A in Zoom is an option that we're going to make available for you to be able to turn on and off. So And local recording is one of those as well. I can't actually remember if it may be an enterprise feature. Anyway, the point is that at the moment, if you wanted to do that, then local recording will record whatever you see on the screen. And so you can do a side-by-side. Yeah, so I probably would recommend going down the video editing side because you'll have better quality and ultimate control. You'll be able to do whatever you lay that out however you wish, right? Make it as big as small, and sometimes you might want to make the slide full screen. You could do that. So it just depends on how quick you need to turn it around. So that's my thinking on that.
Catherine, question: when you say side by side, are you spotlighting a speaker and then an AV person is sharing slides and you're spotlighting slides?
The speaker is sharing she has like
Screen
multiple,
Okay.
screen share.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then there is no other ways in the Zoom recording than what Grant mentioned.
Okay, that's helpful though. Thank you.
Okay, your next one was, can we change backgrounds for some of our attendees? Not all, just those that join our program during the event. So there's not a way to do it for them. But one of the things that we do in Obvio is there's a thing called Zoom Backgrounds, a page called Zoom Backgrounds, and you can make them available, make certain Zoom backgrounds available only for certain groups or tags. So So I don't know. Have you done that? Have you done that sort of filtering or like visibility rules?
We can for sure. Yeah.
You can have the data available in Obvio so that then once they do sign up to something, that it tags them or it adds them into a group, and then you can use that and make that only available, kind of make that exclusive on that Zoom background, and you can just direct people to go get that and then share the background. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect.
It's funny. It's the one exception that I have for virtual backgrounds, because I hate them in many other ways, but for groups of attendees, it is very effective. and particularly in that use case where it's like, oh, look how many people have signed up. That's amazing, and it's a visual, really easy to see who has. So, yeah.
Along those same lines, Catherine, attendee labels are another way to also make it obvious someone signed up. So at the end of their name could be a dash and a little like program name or an acronym for the program in addition to making a background available. And you can change people's names, but names for them, whether they leave the meeting and come back in or having a team member go in and update their name and rename them.
Yeah, Doing it midday can be tricky sometimes, but if you have it set to reassign on offline, it should.
Along that same vein. So if they joined while we're live, right, during a meeting event, it can tag them based on them joining. Like, would we have to set up like a Zap or something to, like, it can tag them based on them clicking a link or something?
Yeah. So are you using a service integration with a CRM, or is it you just?
Yeah, we use ActiveCampaign, Zapier. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yep. So yes, on buttons you can set it to tag, so it'll create a tag, and so you're thinking of creating something making something only available if they have gone into Zoom. Is that kind of the idea?
So like we're selling a program and then they join the program, we'd want them. I mean, it's not that many. We could always tag them.
I get what you're saying now.
But I was wondering if it was like an automated thing.
Sorry, yeah, I thought you might have been talking about another thing. So it's still related to the joining the program. That makes sense. I guess the issue with that is that just because they've clicked they've clicked the button may not mean that they've actually joined, and now they've got access to it. But it could still be better than nothing. Otherwise, if you're going to do Zapier anyway, or in your CRM, then the Active Campaign, you should be able to connect that directly and have it update the tag once they've joined, right? So, and that way that'll come through, and then now when they go to the Zoom backgrounds, they'll get that one just for them. Yeah, so have a little play around with it, and you should find that works well.
Yeah, and as Grant mentioned as well, Catherine, for that, if you're going to rename them, if they happen to leave the room, go like an enrollment lobby or drop off Zoom and come back, you could pre-set up the rule to rename them if they've gotten that tag from Active Campaign. If they haven't left Zoom, your team would just have to rename them inside of Zoom.
Manually do it, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just kind of a nice thing when people look through the participant list, all of a sudden it's like dash and some acronym. It's like, oh yeah, people start to go, what's that one for? You're like, oh, I joined the program.
Catherine, is there anything else that you're messing around with? No, all good?
Not right now, but I'll listen to whatever else you answer.
Yeah, sure. Who knows what might else come up, particularly with Irina in the room. In fact, I think of the other questions, so we have a question from Stephanie, Onric, and Amy. Oh, Amy just said, are you both live from Vegas? Nope, just me. Blues on a plane. And so we can go to Irina. What is best practice with attendees? Question mark. Well, I'll read the rest. I need to give access to the Summit dashboard to those who bought the upsell. Should I just keep all the attendees on the dashboard but use the rules section to give access to the upsell people? I would use the tag in the rules section, right? Okay.
Because I'm keeping recordings on the dashboard, so those who got my event, they go to the dashboard to have recordings. And
great.
I don't want manually delete everybody. So what would be the best way to do it?
And so it's sort of two groups of people then, right? So it's all the people that attended get access to the videos, and then the people that upgraded.
No. Those who upgraded get the access, because Summit only stays now for those who upgraded. Those who are not, they need to go.
Yep.
How do I delete them? Just report them?
Yeah, no. So the people that upgraded, have you tagged them already, or? Yep. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Supposedly they're tagged. I need to check. I didn't have time for it yet. Yeah,
so I would add all the videos with a visibility rule with that tag that they only see it if that's there, and then I would create another blog post for people that don't have that tag, as a call to action to upgrade, if you wanted to make that still available, right? So that if anyone that was just attending, because I don't know if you send an email out again.
Oh, I send a million of them. Oh yeah, everything is done. Everything by the book.
I've been getting some of those emails actually,
because
I added myself.
I was wondering how it worked for you.
I added myself while we're on a call, right?
I actually was excited. Wow, that means something good. Nice.
I knew something was different about you. Grant, something's totally different. Now I know what.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's a real glow about me now.
Up too, so not only. Well, were you interested in the subject, or you were just interested how Summit works, or what? Why did you do it?
No. No, it was while we were on this call. While we're on a call, I was showing you something, and so I signed up.
Ah.
And that's how I ended up in your
Oh, I
list.
thought you liked divine guidance, darn it.
I do. and I like you, Irina.
Oh,
And
thank you.
And so I was very happy to receive your email
Yeah, a million
every
of them.
day. Yeah, that's
just to everybody to know, a million.
right. So the point is that it's another possible way to upsell is to send people back to the dashboard again. The advantage of that is that you're giving everyone the same link, right? You're just giving their login link again. They'll go to the dashboard. If they haven't upgraded, they're going to see just a post that says, hey, how about you upgrade if you want access to the videos, right? Everyone else that has upgraded won't see that post, and then they'll see all the video posts. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Could you repeat again? It makes total sense.
Let me show
but
you.
I don't know how to do it. Just don't broadcast my numbers, please, out in the universe.
No, you're fine. I don't need to use your event.
Okay.
I'll just use mine.
These are good numbers, but it doesn't need to be broadcast.
Totally fine.
I'm very happy with my summit. It was great.
Well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It was great.
That's the thing. We think about these things for so long, and it's like, and then it comes, and you pour a lot of time and energy into it. All right. So if we were to look at a blog post, it's just reminded me that I'll do it later, but we're seeing the video there, not this one. So in the rules, what we'd be saying is show the component if the tag includes whatever, right? Whatever that is. Oops. We shouldn't have that do that, Justin.
So I'm going to make you do it again. What to do?
If you just enter, if you hit enter on tag, it just cancels it. Doesn't save or anything.
That's a feature.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. It was so intentional. If the tag includes, VIP. So if the tag includes VIP, then it's going to show, right? So you would do that for whether you're doing one post with all the videos or lots of posts with lots of videos, however you want to do it. You can say tag includes whatever you would call your tag, right? So tag includes VIP. When it comes to, if we started that again, and we say, well, I can show you, right? Like if you made a new post, you can say, buy now, right? You're making a new post, and in here, you'll say, tag does not include VIP, right? So now it's only going to show it if they are not a VIP. And that means they will see a post that says upgrade now if you'd like to get access to the videos. And that's just a cool way of doing it. Now, if you decide you don't want to offer upgrades after the event, then you could still have this, but you can have thanks for attending. Next summit, watch out for news next summit next year or whatever, right? So that way it has a reason for them to come. They can still access, maybe they can still access a resource or something that you have on the site, but they just can't see the videos.
Or to give testimonial, I have a video ask on it so they can come and record it.
Great. Perfect. Yep. That type of thing. And of course, you could have a little video of yourself as well saying, hey, it was great to have you there and, would love to see you next time and whatever it is, right?
Perfect. Thank you.
Simple things like that. And then just filtering it. And same again, I mean, you could have a video of for VIPs only. Hey, VIPs, so good to have you here. So glad that you were able to sign up and that you love the event so much that you wanted to access the recordings. I'm glad to make them available to you here. Enjoy, and please do X, Y, Z and come back to us and whatever. Yeah. So that type of stuff I think it's super powerful. Doing filtered views for people is super powerful, and it makes it dynamic for people. You know, like they're seeing different things based on the day or based on their status. So
Yeah. Thank you. And
you're
how
welcome.
about deleting if I need to delete? How do we delete big number without being doing it manually? If I need to delete attendees, does anybody delete or they just cancel the whole event and duplicate it? But if you duplicate events, attendees don't transfer, right?
No.
Uh-huh.
So it depends on how you want to do it. There is an option. There is an option. I'm just going to show you. Two different spots. There we go. Yep. All right. I'll show you here. I just had to remind myself about the offline page. So I'll just show you here that in the event settings, there is a thing called online. If you toggle this to offline, it turns your event off, and in here, in where did I
under
see
design.
it? Thank you. Design offline page.
No, if I want to have some of them, if I still want to delete those who are not going to be there anymore, it's done. I mean, I will do what you suggested, but then after that, I just don't want to keep all the attendees there because I already have them in active campaign. I'm just talking about bulk deleting big number.
Yeah, there is no way to bulk delete.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I would say it makes very little difference to leave them there. If you've already got the filter on that they can't access the recordings, then what harm is it that they come back to your site? Come back to the dashboard.
And I could duplicate it for my next summit. I could duplicate and my videos will move together. So I was just thinking I could insert, it's already preset, so I could insert new interviews there next time.
Yeah, totally you can. Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, so I just wouldn't bother about deleting them. I think it's fine. And it won't be a great experience for them if they do click. So if you delete them and they click on a link from their email, they're going to get event not found or like no, it'll go to the login page, which is not a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
My thinking is it's nicer that they do go to the dashboard and you have a custom message there
Mm-hmm.
that just says thanks for attending, right?
Right.
And sign up for the next event or whatever it is, you know.
Right.
So I think that's better than deleting. So yeah, it'll go to the login page because the magic link, the attendee's been deleted. It's going to try to go to it and say attendee not found and go to the login page. So that's not a wonderful experience for them, I don't think.
Okay, another question. It's, I don't know if you don't know Active Campaign that much. Maybe Justin, I know you, Justin, know. It's an easy question. If in Active Campaign, so from Obvio, they moved to Active Campaign through tagging, right? If they unsubscribed in Active Campaign, are they unsubscribed in Obvio or were they deleted in Obvio or not really from the same summit? Because I started sending now my emails from Active Campaign, not Obvio.
It's a depends question.
Okay.
So in Active Campaign, when they unsubscribe, if you have a workflow in there that removes the tag you're using in Active Campaign. So the way to bulk delete, because you're using Active Campaign, is if you look at your event, the very top field when you hook up Active Campaign says import or delete. So if you remove whatever that tag is, it'll remove them out of Obvio. So in your unsubscribe workflow, you could have it remove that Obvio or that active campaign tag, and then it'll remove them out of Obvio.
So I
But by
had to
default,
set
it
it
does
up
not.
before? I
Yeah,
had to set it up?
Yep. You have to set it up inside of active campaign to do it. Obvio doesn't know that anybody is unsubscribed from your email list because they're still technically in active campaign. They're just in an unsubscribed state so that if you try to email them, active campaign will just not send it.
Oh. And what do I do for that?
You should be able to create a workflow for when they unsubscribe what to do.
So it's automation or what?
It's an
what does it-
automation in active campaign.
Automation in active campaign. Got it. Okay, thank you. Okay, one more question and I will be done, I promise.
Okay.
Certificate. I didn't have time to type it. About certificates. So last time I've heard somebody had a problem with certificates. So I was very interested. I gave a certificate. I did an award ceremony for one of my summit attendees. So that was nice. And so what do? I put certificate, I download certificate on under features, certificates. Then I download PDF there. And then I created a button on a dashboard that had only that attendee's name, so only she could see it. And then she clicks on the button. This button is connected to what? To certificate section. And that's how it works. And she can see it. Is that correct? Because I forgot something. I think I didn't download certificate, so she couldn't see it when I did it. But I was mailing it to her, so it's okay.
So this is just for one person?
It was just for one person, yeah.
I see.
But question would be, what do you do with several people if there are several certificates? Each one has different name. I mean, how do certificates work? 3 questions in one.
That's a good question. Let me just double check.
And also there is a certificate, create certificate. How do you create certificate there on Obvio? Number 4 question.
All right.
But it's fun. It's fun. I didn't think about it, but then it was so cool. I did live and then invited that person and I presented with that and we had celebration. It's an idea for people if you want to take it. It's fun.
It's really cool.
People were watching. The summit was on people's mind and that person was very happy and I was very happy. Yep.
Fair enough. I'm going to show you very quickly with Jeff's example. So certificates, you would go, to create a new certificate. I'm going to show you this one because it's already kind of looking the way that we want it. So you'll see one where it's upload PDF document. So what you do, what the concept behind it is that you create a background essentially for your certificate, and then you overlay the name of the person, and that's what this does. So you can add multiple text boxes, to show different things. But in this one, we've already got one here. But instead of text, I'm going to say I want I want first name. First name. Probably you want last name as well.
And the name of the dog.
That's right. Exactly. And, oops. There we go. And so that is the certificate.
So you download PDF of the background, and then you have the empty spot, blank spot where the name goes, and then
That's
you
right.
add the text or whatever you want to put.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
tend
even do it through.
I tend to
Oh,
yeah, as in this is Jeff's example, and we're just
oh,
testing it
right.
out. So he's got that PDF.
I know that logo.
Hey Jeff, thanks for the demo content. So I tend to use this is me being is it persnickety? I think is the term, but I tend to use upload when I'm going to the website and download when I'm downloading from the website, and that sounds pedantic, but it's helpful, right, to get that direction right, because I'm taking a PDF that I've made on my local computer that has a space, and I'm uploading it to Obvio, and then my attendees are downloading a PDF that has their name on it, right? So so now I've created that. That's auto saving. I'll now go back to the dashboard, and so I'm going to put in a huge button for now.
Right. Then you just connected to the area
Yeah.
certificates.
Yeah, in there. Yeah, and say which certificate is it. It's that one. And then you're saying this is the option, like when you click it, what does it say? And so it says generating, and your certificate will be sent to you, right? That's what it says when people click it. See down here, you can say, so the little pop-up will come up and say the certificate will be sent to you, right? So now we've got that, and when we go to that as an attendee, click it, the pop-up will come up with it'll say you'll receive your certificate in the email, and then they get the PDF as an attachment with the background and the first name overlaid.
So Avio sends that email automatically?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool.
I should have. I've got one there. You're just going to press this special button that's there, thanks to yours truly. It can open.
That's an epic button.
Thank you.
I use it all the time.
So now it's here. And so the first thing it does is generate. It says generating. And then it says your certificate will be sent to you in the email. Actually, the default shouldn't say that, should it? Justin. Because it didn't, although it did send it. Okay, so it needs a little bit of adjustment, but you can see how that's worked. And I did get the email as well. So it downloaded. It downloaded. So I would probably say back in here on the button, I would update that and say that your certificate will download in a moment and also be sent to your email. Right? So then that's the little pop-up that will come when they click the button.
So if they click the button, it downloads. Do they have to click another button to download, or that's the one?
They don't. That's the one. Yeah. And it's set like that because if you had a lot of people that were all requesting that certificate at the same time, it may be very slow and they might have left the browser, and so it's not going to download at that point, which is why it gets sent to the email as well. So.
And if it's just one person, I just take that certificates with the name, everything is done, pretty and nice, don't need to adjust anything, just download and do the same process, right?
Sure. I mean, look, the reality is that if it's one person, just make the certificate in Word or whatever and send them a PDF.
But it's so nice when they click on the button and Obvio. I was so proud. I said, click on the Obvio button and it will, and she opens and nothing is there. Yeah. And I said, yes, I'm mailing it to you as well, but Obvio is so cool. It was fun.
Well, look, if it works for one, it'll work for many. Yeah. So that makes sense that you're getting it ready to scale.
I'm already preparing. I have several clients I need to give certificates, so that means it should be there, and it's nice. Just mail and get that.
Yeah.
Through Obvio. All right. Thank you so much. My interrogation is over.
You're very welcome. That was an easy interrogation. All right. Let's have a look at some other questions. A few faces that have joined us. You can add any questions to the dashboard, ask a question. All right. Stephanie, just double checking if Stephanie has joined us. No. If someone signs up for my webinar, will they receive an email from us? I tested it, but didn't receive anything. How do I set up an automated email if there is one? Good questions, Stephanie. Future Stephanie, watching this video. Under communications, there are broadcasts and also welcome email. So a broadcast is a scheduled email at least 5 minutes into the future, and so you can send whatever scheduled. Often it's like come and join type emails. We're about to start, or it's starting in an hour, or whatever you want to do as your broadcast emails. Welcome email, when enabled, when that's toggled to enabled, will send an email to any attendee that is added to Obvio in any of the forms, any of the ways that an attendee can be added to Obvio. Just to remind you, that could be manually entering it, could be importing it through a CSV, and it could be through an integration, could even be through sign up as well. So depending on what systems what workflow you have for your attendees, whenever they get created in Obvio, they will get sent this one welcome email. And so it's a powerful tool, because that's how you can send them their magic link, even though they've depending on how they've joined, that's how they would get the magic link. So even like when we use the sign up process, where they've actually gotten to the dashboard, the ability to have this email go out that gives them access to it again is really helpful, right? Because it's like, now go back to your email. If you need to rejoin, go back to your email. So that's welcome email. I was going to say, any questions, Stephanie? Oh, I can't talk to future Stephanie. Oh, good. No questions. That's great. I covered it perfectly. All right. Has anyone else got questions on welcome emails? Cool. Right. Enric. Let me just see. That offer knowing that I would probably only email Okay, he's got a specific thing about being elite member and upgrading to enterprise, and we've got a deal, a special deal for people that want to do that. So we'll need to talk about that directly with Enric, which is fine. I'll leave that there. And then Muddy, have a question feature request about add-on credit tracking. Yeah, I know where this is going. Hello, Muddy.
Well, I had a good conversation today over the help chat around this. So I think I know the answer, but my initial question was, so I have an event that is over 1,000 people and I'm on an enterprise account. So my account allows up to 1,000 attendees per event, active attendees, which means people that have checked into the dashboard. I bought an add-on, a block of 250. In fact, I bought 2 blocks to go up to 1,500 people, because at that point I had 1,300 people registered. We got a message from my client today saying they were seeing a warning when they tried to log in. So I went to the organization. I also saw the warning that we had exceeded the 1,500 capacity. So I bought a few more blocks. Enough to go up to 2,500. We'll see how that holds. The event's still a few weeks away. But the way add-on blocks work is you purchase them at the organization, but then they are applied as needed to an individual event. And once they're applied to an event, they're kind of locked into that event. So the previous event had like 1,010 people. So I had to buy 1 block for the previous event. And now I bought several more blocks for this event. My question is, or the question I was asking James over chat was, how do I know how many credits I have available, right? Like I want to know, okay, you've used 1,500 of 2,000 available, or of 2,500 available, just to kind of, I want to stay ahead of it, but I don't want to buy tons and tons and tons of extra capacity. So I just wanted to kind of see if there was a quick sense. If it were just one event, the math is easy. Now that I know some blocks are applied to multiple events, it's not quite as easy to track. I mean, I can do the math, but I just wanted to see if there was an easy way to know how many credits have been applied in a specific event.
I just wanted to check. So you've got all of these attendees are going to the dashboard, are they?
We're using the sales page. So the way they're registering for the event is on the sales page, and so they immediately pop onto the dashboard. So probably not the most efficient way from a credit standpoint, because we probably won't have all 2,000 people show up to the event live, but this is the way we're doing it right now. So, and I actually have another question around the sales page after this one.
Yeah, okay. There's a couple of things there. I'll let Justin. We were talking about this just yesterday about tracking add-ons. So it's on the list. Yeah. Is there more to say on that, Justin? No. Yeah. Just that we're working on it because we know it needs more work, a bit more visibility. But I think further to that, Justin, I think we probably need to look at that about Marketplace, tracking them as an active user just because they've gone through.
If I had a thank you page set up,
yeah, it wouldn't do it.
I don't think it wouldn't, because they'd stop at the thank you page. But this client has kind of pre-show content for them on the dashboard that we want them to go and see. And so, we're still 2 weeks out, but we want people to go. The way this event is set up is fair enough. We want everybody to go to the dashboard.
Yeah.
And
fair enough. Yeah.
Whatever. We'll buy the capacity. I mean, that's not, I'm not complaining about that. I'm just curious.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, immediately I was like, and just for other people, when you do go over your limit. So on a pro plan, you have 500 attendees included in your event, right? As soon as you go over 500, you'll need to buy an add-on of a block of 250 people. On a pro plan, that will cost you $100. On an enterprise plan, it costs $50. So but it is only people that have access to dashboard. And so depending on how you run your event and what you're doing, often the case is that, particularly for free events, is you may get lots of people sign up and then never show up. And they will never be counted as an active attendee unless they go to the dashboard. So, it is often the case. You might get 700 people that registered, only 400 show up. You don't need an add-on for that. So, but in this particular case, they are going to the dashboard and they are counted as an active attendee when they hit the dashboard for the first time. And so that's why I was querying that. But it's something
one thing
else
to be aware of for users that ever find themselves in this situation, rest assured, your attendees have no trouble getting into the event. But on the admin side, on the back end, you essentially get a pop-up that's showing you need to buy capacity, and you can't do anything on the back end until you've purchased the capacity. But it can be scary when you see that, thinking that people can't get into the event in that situation as well. So just since we're talking about it, just kind of fill out
thank
the
you for that.
conversation.
That's right. Exactly. Yes. We never prevent attendees joining. Okay.
Well, that's the feature request. I've got one other
Sure.
interesting use case that I think works, seems to work in testing, but I want to verify. So in addition to the client sending people to the sales page, they also have a handful of partners, affiliate partners that they want to, that are going to be promoting the event as well. And we wanted a way, I talked about this one time, and the conclusion of that conversation was using an offline system that allows affiliate tracking would be a good way to go. However, they also want to keep it simple and not use that. They've decided, okay, we don't want to kind of spin up the offline system and have some people, the in-house crowd, purchasing on the sales page, and the partner crowd having a totally different purchase route and have to build another page. So what we thought about, and it's a free event, so we're not really worried about, we just want to have a tag in the attendee record. So when we export all the attendees at the end of the event, the tag follows through and we know kind of how they got to the event. So the way that we've decided to do it is to have hidden tickets, and that each power partner has their own ticket.
Mm-hmm.
They're all free, but they're all hidden except the main, kind of client in-house crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So the partner has a hidden ticket that has their name in the, in the ticket type. And then there's a tag applied if someone purchases that ticket. But what my testing is, and what I want to confirm, is that because it's a free event, every ticket is free. The main page doesn't need a ticket selector, and it's just one ticket and goes through and no problem. But then any of the the way a hidden link or hidden ticket works is you have to use the direct URL to that
Mm-hmm.
ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And so each partner would have their own direct URL that they would send. It goes to the event sales page, ticket equals grant. It looks like the same exact sales page. There's no ticket selector needed because there's only one hidden ticket type. They fill out their information. They go in. It's the same pathway for the client or for the registrant attendee, but now they have a tag applied that says, tag equals, source is grant or something,
Mm-hmm.
tag equals grant. So just want to verify nothing, no flags on your end. That
No.
seems like it's working. Just want to.
Yep,
sure.
that would totally work. Yeah,
Cool.
because now it's tied to that specific ticket, and you might have a little acronym that you put in the ticket name or something, and you've got
Okay.
it worked out.
Good deal.
There you go.
Thanks, Muddy, for testing that. All works for us.
That's the marketplace affiliate system.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll
Good.
give you my PayPal to send the royalties to.
That's right. You want an affiliate link for people using the affiliate link?
Exactly.
Good work. Yep, that will totally work. Well done. All right. I think that was that one. So then I think we've got, Joan was saying about using Zoom. So, so yes, Zoom is included with Obvio. And the way that it works, and we've got a couple of videos on this, but I'm going to show you just really quickly as well. In order to have a Zoom meeting in your dashboard, oops, I'm not actually sharing yet. In order to have a Zoom meeting attached to your event, what you're going to do is have a Zoom, you're going to go to Zoom areas. So here, when you're in the Obvio dashboard and you've come into your event, and this is, we're looking at the event, you can come down to Zoom areas. Now, it's likely going to be blank when you come to it, and you're going to click New Area, and you would say, you can just name this. This is just an internal name. It doesn't mean, it just needs to mean something for you. You can leave those defaults there. And now what's happened here is that it's created a Zoom meeting down here. This is a Zoom meeting. Now, the default here is that we've got an area which can have one or more Zoom meetings in it. And then we have the Zoom meeting or Zoom or a room is what we're seeing here. And I'm going to show you how you start, because I'm on the screen here. The way you would start your Zoom meeting is you would open it, so to take it online, and then click Start. And that's going to launch Zoom. It's going to launch the Obvio Zoom meeting for you, and you will be the host. So you don't have to log into Zoom, don't have to do anything special on your computer. You just need to have Zoom installed. And it doesn't matter if you're logged into another Zoom account or whatever, that won't matter. You click on that link, it's going to launch it, and you'll be the host. Now, in order to have attendees join, you need to open the area. And so that's a matter of just toggling that. And now people will join when they click the button. And we're going to show you how to make the button. That's all very easy. But that's kind of the steps in 1, 3, 2 order. You're gonna come and create the area, and then when you go back to the dashboard and create a button, we're going to say join event, and sometimes we call main stage, or like there's all sorts of different names that you can use, and sometimes we say Zoom. It depends on the event. And you could even put a little icon there, like a little video circle. And what we're doing now is, what do I want the button to do? I don't want it to be a link to anywhere. I want it to join an area. So I'm saying join an area, and now I'm going to choose the area that I just made. So now that's my button. I've got some text for it. I've got join area, I've chosen the area, and now we've got a button. And when they click on that button, if the area is open and the room is online and you've got a host in there, then they will join Zoom, just in the same way that you did this today. If either one of those steps is not active, as in if you haven't got the Zoom meeting open, or you have but you've got the area closed, then they will go to the offline page. And that's kind of an advanced feature, but there is an offline text section here. When I went back into the Zoom area, offline text, and that's where they'll go to a page with this text on it if the room is not open yet, and the meeting has not started or whatever it is. You can create an offline message, which is better than the normal Zoom, the host has not yet started the meeting. You can customize this as a customizable, nice way of having an offline message. What if I want to schedule one-on-one Zoom for later time and date? So let me just first say, while Obvio is not designed to have one-on-one meetings, and we would recommend that if people are doing that they're doing normal day-to-day business meetings, that you would continue to use a separate Zoom meeting for that. However, there are some use cases where people are doing some one-on-one meetings, and using people going through the dashboard, and they've created a special process to be able to do one-on-one meetings, so that they can have a different experience than just a normal business meeting. If you wanted to do that, you could follow that same process. You'd have to add an attendee. Well, it's a few different ways if they have the dashboard or not. I would just show you that if you just wanted someone to join the Zoom meeting, then share again. Which one is that? Here it is. If you just wanted someone to join, you would come in here, you would open the room, you'd click start, Zoom would be started. When you click on this button here, it's number 1. This is showing more detail about the actual Zoom meeting. And you can enable a registration. We're probably going to call this direct access rather than registration. And so it's a direct Zoom meeting access. And you would send this link to whoever you want to join. I'll show you what that looks like. When they go, they have a customizable page based on your event. They put in their first name, last name, and email. They hit join, and Zoom launches, and they're in that meeting. So it totally can be used by that, but it's not the standard use case.
Grant, being a non-tech person, those two words, direct access, for me are much more understandable.
Yeah.
And registration enabled.
Yeah. I think we could probably roll that out soon, Justin. We were talking about that today, and it was just like, it's well overdue to change that name when we're doing all of our Zoom naming and features, add-on features, that we fix that. I think we were talking about backdoor, and it was like, I think direct access is better. So thank you, Kat, for the confirmation.
I just want to say I'm in the middle of curating TEDx Vail right now. We're halfway through the TED conference. And Lou last year asked if AI was going to stay. This year, about half of the talks have some connection with AI.
I'm sure.
And TED itself has two specific events focused on AI, one in Vienna and one in San Francisco. That's all.
Yeah, amazing. You guys spotting that I've got a road podcaster in the room? Is that what was happening just then? Let me just check. So how did I go, Joan? Was I talking too fast? Did that make sense? You can I've got you unmuted. You want to talk, or there you go again?
Sure. So I think I'm sort of getting it, but I think it'll be, I guess one of the reasons that I want to do it within Obvio is that I feel like it's going to force me to learn Obvio.
Fair enough.
And so that's probably more why I'm trying to learn it in not the way that you're kind of wanting me to learn it, but in my so I'm not trying to be cheap on the buying the Zoom account.
Fair
but
enough.
Blue was like, you really don't need to do that. You should, it's here, utilize it. And so I'm like, okay. So I've never edited a Zoom call. So let's say I want to call to B when it's going to be posted and I want to record it. I want it to be around 35, 40 minutes. But when the call, we did a call last night and it went for an hour and a half. And I'm like, okay, so I need to learn how to not only do Zoom, but how to edit a Zoom call to get it down. And is there a difference of editing when it's in this system compared to Zoom by itself?
Yes, but less complicated. So here's the thing with what all we really worry about is that your event start time and end time, that you are within that time frame. Now, on the plan that you're on, you don't have a limit of how long that event is. And so there's nothing stopping you from setting up an event called Jones Business Meetings and then setting the event start and end time for a 3-month period. It doesn't matter. Now, when it comes to launching, and you don't need to schedule the Zoom specifically. You can start it whenever you like within that event starting date.
Yeah.
You can start it whenever you like, and that direct access link is the people are going to come and join whenever it's open. And so there's nothing to change. You go for 10 minutes or you go for 3 days, it's fine.
But that's going to be a Zoom recording that I would want to turn on during the event. So I'd be doing it, let's say on Monday, but I want to run it on Friday. It's just in there then, right?
Now you're talking about you want to play back a recording?
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
Okay.
If you're wanting to record the Zoom meeting.
Yes.
And then you're wanting to play it back as if it's live?
Yes.
It's a much more complicated thing. So, I see now you're talking about scheduling when that would automatically happen.
Yeah. So I would record it now when I can get the person on their time frame, but I want to use it at a different time when they're not available.
But that's just a play out that you would still do it as a live event, but you would use just the recording part of their
or one piece
segment.
In that event.
Okay.
It's like a pre-recorded panel interview or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, it was sounding like a scheduled webinar that was kind of handled automatically. You can You can totally do the Zoom meeting. You would never have to turn the area on because you've just got the person coming in with a direct access link. They join, you record it, you download the recording, and then when it comes to the live event, you play that out. And you can play that back out on your computer and share it into Zoom, or you could have some AV assistance if you had other people do that for you.
And when you say download it, I'm downloading it onto my computer, or I'm downloading it into Obvio?
Download onto your computer.
Ah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then from there, you can screen share, or you can share, the video and play it out that way.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah. So the key thing, the scheduling, is that you make sure that your event, that whenever you want to use Zoom, that you're within that window. And I'm talking about the event settings is what's key here. That is here. So event settings, and then there's your time zone that it's in, and then the start and end. And you can see here that we started this event in 21, and the end date is 27. It's like we just keep running this event every week. And so we are always constantly inside that window.
Okay. And where Muddy is saying, run a Zoom session, record and access the recording, edit the recording, play the recording into a Zoom meeting. So the recording and access the recording, is that happening in Obvio, or is that you download it onto your computer and you do all that there?
So what's important to understand is where Obvio starts and ends, and where Zoom is, right? And so all that we're doing with Obvio is launching the Zoom meeting. So it is using our Zoom account, but it's just launching, and then the recording is recorded in the Zoom cloud, and then we do have a page where you can see those recordings and download them from Zoom. And so that page is just in that same area with Zoom areas. Let me show you here.
So does that mean that this is why I would need to get my own Zoom account so that I can edit it?
No.
Oh.
No, you would just download it. You download it and edit it locally on your computer.
Okay.
So when we go to, I don't think we're going to see, but there, yeah. So when I've gone to the Zoom area and the area that Grant's area that I created, you go to recordings, and then it will show the recording there, and that's where you download it.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All the best with that, and we're here every week. So you can come back and ask more questions. Jeff, being patient.
Yeah, I just wondered, this could either be helpful or a distraction. So I'll let you tell me which. Would it be helpful to explain just a simple way that we're doing kind of one-off meetings in Obvio? I don't know if that might serve.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so Joan, just to give you an idea, to Grant's point, doing a one-off meeting or kind of one-on-one meeting in Obvio, the reason it's not recommended is because there's just a few more hoops for you to jump through as the host, and also for the attendee to have a meeting there versus Zoom, just opens the window and automatically just starts. However, there's times where that friction or some things you may need to put in front of them are helpful. So the reason my team and I do meetings in Obvio is during these meetings, number one, we're going through the same resources. So there's things that I need the attendees to have access to. So instead of me having to find the link and drop it in Zoom chat and them open it and stuff, right? It's a lot of back and forth and friction when we're in the meeting. I've created a dashboard where all the resources are buttons. So everything we're going to look for and review together, you know, the contract and the audiovisual writer and those sorts of things, it's all right there as buttons. So it's really easy to do that with the Obvio dashboard. So that's the first reason why we choose Obvio over just plain old Zoom. The second reason is I do back-to-back meetings. So I batch my meetings. So most Wednesdays when I'm not driving across the state like I am right now, I'm just sitting in an Obvio meeting like all day long, and clients are rotating through back to back. And so for me, it's nice I sort of stay in one spot in the Obvio event, and the clients rotate when it's time for them to meet with me, right? And so that's another reason why we use Obvio, is I'm not having to keep track of or click on a bunch of different calendar links. I'm staying in one spot. So that's sort of the why you might choose Obvio over Zoom to think through it. Really think through that, because if you're not in one of those scenarios, I think you're going to cause a little more friction for yourself and the people that are joining. And sometimes people join late. They're coming from another meeting, and if they've got to enter their name, you know, first name, last name, and email, or they think they have to create a password, you know, like people aren't tech savvy, can cause some frustration. For us, the benefits once they get to the dashboard are worth it. So I want to say that first, and then let's sort of talk about the mechanics just very briefly. So what we're doing is we're enabling a sign up link in Obvio, something that you have to enable. It's a little thing that you toggle on. And we take that link, and after we create it for the specific event in Obvio, we go over to Calendly, and we say custom link. So we use Calendly for scheduling. You may use something else, but long story short, regardless of what you're using for people to sign up for the meeting, you're going to have one single URL, one single link that you'll use from Obvio, which is that sign up link. So regardless of who or where people register for a meeting, the link's always the same. So it's simple for you. And then they're going to sign in and sign up for the Obvio meeting, and you'll be waiting there on the other side. So that's sort of how those mechanics work. And then, as I mentioned, for us, we're always sharing the same resources. So the buttons on the dashboard are always the same. There's nothing we have to do with that. And it's readily available. The other thing, sometimes our clients are bringing multiple people to the meeting that we haven't communicated with before. So like I just had a meeting yesterday, and I knew one name out of 6 that joined the meeting. And what I like about Obvio is as soon as we're done with the meeting, I can go to the attendees list. And since they've all signed in, now I have everybody's email. So I can send a summary of notes of what we discussed in the meeting. And I'm not wasting time on Zoom going, oh, can you drop your email address in the chat? Oh, I see only 5 of you did out of 6. All right, I think so-and-so. I got a lot of wasted time. I can just go to the attendees list, do a quick export in Obvio, and now include everybody on that email. So just a few tips and tricks, things to think that might be helpful.
It's really cool, Jeff. Thank you. Yeah, it's a great use case of where Obvio works better. Okay. Any other questions? Let me just check here. No, none there. All right. Anything else? There's been a few things at Blue. We've spent a few days together, so it's been cool to start dreaming a little bit about some extra things that we want to do. And so yeah, looking forward to announcing some things. What did I buy? Nothing, thankfully. But there was a lot of cool things to look at. Barbara, hello.
Hello.
Hey.
And I don't know if I came an hour late, so I'm sorry about that, but I am really trying to dig into Obvio this week. This is what one of my tasks is, because I'd like to use it for my upcoming 3-day event, but very minimally. I just want to use like the basics. And I'm just being super transparent. I haven't gone into specific trainings. I've just been kind of playing around in it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a specific, here's what you want to do for the basics and watch this video? Is there something like that that I can just start there? Because I get a little overwhelmed and then I just don't do anything. So if I just have the basics to start with, then I can build up from there.
Yeah, there is. I'm just trying to find. I don't think I spun it out as a separate video. I'm just trying to remember. I did one, which I reckon was about 10 minutes or something, of just showing the bare basics of just getting an event running.
There is, Grant, a Obvio walkthrough from February 2024. That's a 45-minute video that you did split out.
Yeah. It's even a bit longer than it's not too bad. That's longer. I'll give you that anyway.
45 minutes. You said from February 2024?
Yes, it is.
Or are you putting the link in, you said?
I can give you the link to it, yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Go with that one for now. And that is going to give you everything you need to know, because it's just sort of walking through how it all works.
Okay.
Snap.
Like I got two of them. They're the same one?
They're the same, yeah.
Are they different? Okay.
Yeah, it's just the way that it's done, the shortened link. And
Yep. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, have a go with that, and then the best thing is, he's doing a couple of little test events like we were talking about, and then you'll learn, and to not try to do too much, and just get the basics going, and then you'll be up and racing, and you do a little bit more each time, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's the plan. So
yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Good work. No worries. All the best with that. The links are not in the recording, but they are. You search for Obvio, like Obvio online, on YouTube, and you'll see all these videos. Obvio online, and you'll see these. You see all of these recordings like every week, and then you also see. You also see some of the videos that we have as separate. Yep. All right. Well, thank you. Oh, Franklin's just come on at the right time to say goodbye. Good work, Franklin. Thanks, everyone. More and more every time. Thank you, Irina. It's great. Yeah, you're smashing it. Doing so well. Cool. I will see you next week from Nashville. So that'll be fun. And then home after that. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. Vegas out.